I wanted to build a JK that would be a fun wheeling rig for my family and very capable for going out and doing some hardcore stuff. And we wanted to show off some of the skills in the R&D department and some of the stuff that gets hidden by day-to-day business.
So Bentley, did you guys finally get some sleep last night? When I left the shop on Friday, that was a tub and a rolling chassis on the alignment rack.
You know, just about 30-ish hours of work time to get her put together, so we finally got a little bit of sleep on the way here.
I think what you got here is a monument to the fab skills of our R&D department.
We did absolutely ridiculous amount of fab work. We did as much custom metal work as we could through the whole thing. Between metal shaping with aluminum, TIG welding with our roll cage, we just did as much custom as we could that nobody else could really copy.
It can be disappointing, but at the same time quite flattering when we are so often copied. But then, imitation is the highest form of flattery.
The reason we went with the raw theme is to bring out the skills and talents that we have in the R&D department. Sometimes you powder coat over stuff and it hides welds and other things that are really a talent and skill that the boys have.
You know, we set out to build something that not a lot of people could mimic, something that it takes a certain skill set to produce, and a lot of the build was based around concepts like the dash with the scoops. The whole dash came together built around those scoops. We had an idea that we wanted to put something like into the build, and everything else evolved from there. So we wanted to start with key concepts and let it evolve and take shape from that process. You know, it's something I've dreamed about, building something of this caliber for a really long time, and to be able to bring it to fruition was pretty neat. It was a fun process.
It's expensive to innovate at this level, but we do learn and discover when we let that creative genius out of the bottle. How in the world do you turn a flat sheet of aluminum into that rolled work of art, and those welds, that's jewelry?
A lot of hammering and tennis elbow. The whole time was, all the sheet metal work was done old school with English wheels, shrinkers, stretchers, you know, panel beaters on a bag with shot. You know, we tried to keep it as basic as possible and bring a little bit of the hot rod world into this build. The TIG welding was done with our good friend Mitchell Sweat. Bent all the tube. Every tube on here is radiused to fit the profile of a factory JK top. So the dash, the windshield, the quarter panels, everything has a slight radius to it so that it's a really subtle cage while kind of remaining clean.
TeraFlex has always used a team effort approach as new products are envisioned and then brought to reality.
You know, 90% of this Jeep probably won't go to production. It's a true concept vehicle, and all of that drives our innovation for our production. So everything that we do on this Jeep, we learn more about the way the Jeep moves, the way it works, what can and can't be produced, and we push the style of our future production kits based off of the innovation that we come up with during these types of builds.
So why spend all this time and effort? Creativity is actually unleashed by the willingness of a company to invest capital in the unrestricted flow of new ideas. TeraFlex.
TeraFlex, that's what I'm talking about.